This is not what I was trying to do. I don't know why it did that. But all right. This is Tammy and I'm live today. Um, I'm coming on here to talk about reinventing yourself over 50. And so I've seen a lot of people talking about this. And so, of course, I wanted to weigh in myself because I am over 50. Matter of fact, I am 55 years old. I will be 56 years old, my birthday in November. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Um, I take gifts, I take Cash App, I take PayPal's, anything like that. It's good. Um, you can actually subscribe to my channel. That would greatly benefit me today. But I wanted to talk to my people that are, over 50 and wanting to reinvent yourself. And so YouTube is a platform that is really good for us to do that because so many of us over 50, we have so much wisdom and so much joy, and we've been through so much, and we have so many lessons and so many blessings and things like that that we can share. And so I wanted to really just do my part. And so I talk about manifesting, and I talk about spiritual gifts, and I talk about ways to move forward in life in order to be, do, and have all the things that you desire. And so I decided to share this today because I wanted to talk to y'all about, just taking the leap. Because so many of us over 50, because of the conditioning that we have had over the decades, the millennials, back in the old days, 50 was old. People were dying at 50, which is horrible and awful, and people are still dying at 50, but I'm not one of them. And if you're watching me and you're over 50, you're not either. So definitely we are having our second act. Some of us are third acts because I know people that, retired out of the military and then they retired from another job and now they're doing something else. They're either going back to school, maybe it was something they decided to do. Maybe they are building a business, they're helping people, they're being consultants in whatever field that they were in. There's so many different things that we can do to reinvent ourselves in our 50s. So, because we're not old and most of us hopefully aren't dying, although I have lost so many of my classmates this year, it's been really shameful. And we are 55 and 56. Some of us 57 because it depends on, what happens when you went to school. So, anyway, but I wanted to talk about this because I know that I've talked to friends of mine and they were talking about, wanting to start a YouTube channel. And I said, well, why not? Just start it. And see, for us, a lot of times for us, the strategies are a little bit daunting. Sometimes the strategies come to us and they want you to do this, 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 and this, and it's a lot and it's too much, or it's just not the way that you can see yourself doing it. Well, don't do that. Do what you can see yourself doing. If it's authentic for you to do like I'm doing, just get on here and start talking about things that matter to you, things that mean something to somebody else. You can go and you can also look up. Now you can go on ChatGPT or Google or whatever. You can use this search engine and see what people are searching for in the things that you like to talk about. So you can do that, and that will help you to send that invisible algorithmic rhythm. Okay, so that'll help you to send that. So if you are in that space where you're looking and you're like, okay, I'm over 50 and I really feel like I have more to give, I got more life. Because for me, I expect to live at least another 50 years, at the least. So I'm doing things that need to be done in order so that I can live like that. I don't want to live in anybody else's home or anything like that. I want to live in my own house. Wow, a butterfly. And so I started thinking about that. And so I come on here and I talk about things, especially that will help us. I try really hard to help people in my generation and beyond, because I know that a lot of things, we start doing, they want us to, go all in and get up early in the morning and all these other kind of stupid things that really don't make a difference one way or the other. And so, really, You know, it really don't make a difference. I mean, you think they do, but they really don't. They don't. Doesn't matter if you get up early in the morning or if you stay up late at night, whichever one works for you. And so I'm here to talk about that and to disrupt this arena of, you got to do it this way and it's got to be that way and it's got to be set in stone and you got to go this way. You got to take a right here. You got to go up the hill here. You got to go up down the hill here. You got to hold your lip one way, or you got to, put one finger up. There's all kind of things that people will, they'll gatekeep and keep you from doing the things that that you are called to do, because they're telling you have to do it this way, and it's all kinds of different hang-ups. And so no, I'm here to tell you that no, you don't have to do it that way or this way. You could do the way that feels good to you. If it feels good to you, then do it. That is what I have learned on this journey of in these 55 years that I have. I have learned that if it feels good to me, then I'm gonna do it. If it don't feel good to me, then I'm not gonna do it. Because many times that is ourselves, our God self telling us, that's right enough. That's our God self telling us that that's not for you to do. And a lot of times we ignore that, but it's time not to do that, especially for those of us that are over 50, over 40 even, because a lot of over 40 people are thinking that they're dead too. But we're not dead, we're still here. And we have lots of wisdom and knowledge, to give. We have, support for the younger people. And that's one of the reasons why I come on here every day and talk to y'all, because I want to really make an impact in the lives of the people. You know what I mean? I sell stuff, like I do healing sessions, and now I just started doing phone sessions, which I thought would make it tear down some of the options. Some of the I can't think of the word, but make it where it's easier for people to get some assistance. And so I'm doing phone readings now, and they're 30-minute readings, and it's $55. We just do it on the phone. I just call you on Facebook Messenger or on your phone, wherever you want to do it. This way, that brings down some of the barriers, because a lot of people don't want to do Zoom and all this other kind of stuff and whatever. But that brings the barriers down, and that allows me to be of assistance to help you. And so that is one of the things that I think about in terms of being over 50 and being a content creator, being a producer, being somebody that is here to give back and to help and to allow people to see that, this is 50. This is 55 actually for me. you know, and I don't know about anybody else, but I'm so grateful. I am so grateful because I know so many, right? Exactly. I thought that's kind of how I thought, because I really feel like, you know, I want to be able to help people on a level that maybe they couldn't get help before. You know what I mean? But that's my thinking. That's how I think. I think that if I can do something to help, maybe you just need one word. Sometimes it's just one word that you need to help you to move forward and help you to shift and help you to be able to change your perspective on something. Sometimes it's just that. Or sometimes I can give you just that quick guidance. You know what I mean? And so that was kind of my thinking on that. But I can't give that for free always. You know what I mean? Because there needs to be an energy exchange. Because I give out a lot. Y'all can tell that when I even do these lives. I give. I don't hold nothing back. I don't. And I actually thought that it was something wrong with me because I wasn't wanting to hold back like I see people do. Because I've been running around these internet streets for a while. I've been taking courses and classes and all that. I've taken things I've done. And so this is why when I create mine, I create them in a way that make me feel good and make me want to do it. You know what I mean? Because the thing is it's nothing new under the sun. And because we are creators, we can create whatever it is that we desire. And that's okay. You know what I mean? And so once you get to that space and you realize that you are a creator and you can do whatever it is that you desire, and then sometimes though, what I noticed for me, I needed validation. So I listened to some creators that actually are doing what I want to do that people told me I shouldn't do. You know what I mean? Like, I've always wanted to have some type of membership or some type of, like, I'm doing a development circle that started next month. You guys want to get into it, just send me a message. I'm doing a development circle. It starts next month. It's going to be on Zoom. We're going to meet weekly. It's $100 for a month. So it's $25 a session. Meet weekly on Zoom, where we come together and learn about our spiritual gifts. We're going to get in breakout rooms and you know, practice so that we can practice with them. I'm just super excited about it because I know that so many people are needing that support in that type of community. And I wanted to bring it forth and, you know, and not make price a barrier. You know what I mean? Because that's what it was for me a lot. Like, I wanted to do a lot of things, but a lot of things I just couldn't do because I didn't have the money, you know, and I didn't have the faith to believe at that time that I could even get that money. And so what I want to do is I want to bring people together so that we can come and join together and learn and grow and, you know, be able to do and have all of the things that we desire. And that's one of the ways that I want to do it, you know. And then eventually, like I said, a membership, because that's been on my mind for years. And every coach that I've had discouraged me from doing it. But I see that it can work, especially if you have desire in your heart to do it. And so the clarity that I received, even over this last week, I went on a Princess cruise, y'all. I was on a Princess Alaska cruise. It was amazing. I enjoyed it so much. It it um it helped me to really achieve a level of clarity that I needed for this time. You know, sometimes you need to get out of places just to get that level of clarity. And so that's what I did, and that's what, yeah. And so I did that, and that really helped me to really open up some of these things that I'm sharing even with you now, because I know that, you know, us over 50, we have a lot to give, you know. And the thing is for me, I have decided that I'm giving it away. You know, like, I'm learning it. And as I learn it, oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I feel it. And I just got out of a massage too. So that probably, I'm sure that helped too. I just got out of a massage. Matter of fact, I'm on here. I got to get off because I got to go pick my husband up because we had to do back-to-back massages because she only had one person in there or whatever. So anyhow, so that's something that I was thinking of, and that's something I was considering as well. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, what do you have to give? And why not give it away? I mean, because you know it, you have it. My thing is, if it's an experience that I've had, I want to share it with you so I can help you not have to go through the same thing. You know what I mean? Because here's the thing. You can learn by experience, but it doesn't have to be yours. You know, I learned some things from my, you know, people and my ancestors, you know, that I didn't have to learn, you know. And some of those things weren't really good things, but they were things that kept me safe and things that kept me, you know, alive. So, so yeah, so I think about that. And so I'm like, you know, if I can bring my experiences and tell you guys, you know, why not? You know, why not? And, you know, the thing is we're always selling, but what are we selling? You know what I mean? Today, I am selling myself, and I'm selling the fact that I can share with you how to grow when you are in your 50s and beyond. You know, I can share with you that. You know, I can share things that I've gone through and things that I've been through that I believe that can help you to avoid those pitfalls, you know, to not go in those holes, you know. And I think about that because I'm a mother and I'm now a grandmother. But I think about that, and I think about all the things that I did to, you know, keep my children from going into pitfalls that I fell for. You know, all the things. I'm so grateful that, you know, I only had one child that had a child young. Out of the three children that I had, only one had a child young. All the rest of them, they haven't even had any kids yet. One of them says she's not having any, and the other ones are waiting a little while because they just got married and they want to take some time, which I'm so grateful for. You know, and so I think about that because that was a pitfall that I fell into. I had my children young. You know, I was 21 when I had my first and 22 when I had my second one, and the other one I got I didn't have to birth. Thank you, God. I didn't have to birth that one. I just could love him and, care for him. So, I mean, but I did. And I didn't want that for them if I could help it, if I could influence them in any way. I know that sometimes you can't, these kids, you talk, it's like talking to a brick wall. You can't, it's nothing you can do. You just keep on fucking moving with it. But I'm just saying, it's so many things that you can shift and you can move and you can do, and also too, when you're over 50, to me, it's like you don't care. Like, I mean, I care, but then I don't care. Some things I really don't care, and I know who I am. See, and that's the thing. Once you get there, you know who you are, because most of us, especially in this generation, we've been through some shit to get to 50. Because we lost friends, a lot of us. Like, I can remember, I think I have 2 or 3 friends that I can think of that were 44 and 43 and 45 and 50 and 55, and they're dead. They're in the ground. You know what I mean? So we know, and we look at that, and if you're smart, you look at it and you say, okay, we're very similar in things that we do, maybe in careers, or maybe in, maybe we go to the same church, or we worship the same way, or whatever. We're similar. So how can I make a shift so that that's not my end? You know what I mean? How do I make a shift? How do I step into, and how do I begin to believe in myself? How do I begin to have the faith that I say I have? Especially if I've been a person that's been in church all my damn life. Where is your faith? Jesus put it like this. He said, ye of little faith. And so these are the things that I consider at 50 that I might not have really been thinking about it in my 20s or my 30s. And so I think about all this stuff, and I feel like, yes, I'm here to disrupt this industry, the spiritual industry, the spirituality space. I'm here to do that, and I'm here to tell people that it's okay to do it their way. I'm here to tell people that as long as you set the intention, because typically all of this work is by intention. You intend and you visualize and you see it, but you do all that through intention. And when you begin to do that, especially in your 50s, because in your 50s you begin to really know some things. You begin to know some things. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to think about a lot of things because you already know. You already been through some stuff. You seen some stuff, depending on where you're from and where you live. My husband says that if you lived in New York, you seen some stuff, especially if you're in your 50s and 60s. Hi, Softball for Life. Thank you for joining. So, yeah. So I'm telling you that if you are in your 50s and you know that it's time for you to make a shift, it's time for you to do that second or that third act of life. I talked earlier about some people that I know that they're in their 50s, they're my age, they're doing their third act. You know what I mean? They're doing their third. They've already done, they retired out of the military, then they retired from federal or state, another job. I said, now they're doing something else that they wanted to. You can do it. It is okay. Start a YouTube channel. A YouTube channel is amazing. Like I said, it's slow. But here's the thing that I decided. I decided I was just gonna come on here, give, and just give what I got. Just give what I got and expect the people that need to hear it to show up, just like you guys are here, and I appreciate you. And so that's what I'm saying. And so that's really what I'm wrapping up today. But I appreciate y'all for listening, and I'll be back on again tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll know exactly where to look, because I don't know where to look today. Because for some reason it made me go landscape instead of portrait. I don't know. But anyhow, tomorrow's another day. So thank you for hanging out with me. Thank y'all for joining me. And if you're not subscribed, make sure you smash that subscribe button. I would hope that you would press a like. Yeah, you could do whatever you want to do, because I don't know what you're talking about. But press a like. Thank you. Express a like, share it, and subscribe. I appreciate that. But I'm going to just really be coming on here and sharing and giving. And you know what? And if you need to learn about the spiritual gifts, you need to learn about manifesting, you need to see how to move forward, especially if you are over 50, join me right here. And if you have TikTok and you like it over there, join me at Intuitive Tammy, where I do healings, prayers, and messages from spirit as well. So again, thank you for hanging out with me. I love all of you, and I hope that, your day is magical. Bye now.